Good to see everyone again. Hope you're ready for another round of Bible trivia. See if you can flex those brain muscles and make them stronger, know more about God's word. Before we do that, though, I got to tell you a couple of things beforehand. There was this police officer who was attempting to stop this car that was speeding, and the guy was just trying so hard, and he got up above 100 miles an hour, and he just realized he wasn't going to be able to outrun the cop. So he finally decides to pull over. Well, the cop, he comes up and he approaches the guy and he says, it's been a long day. My shift is almost over. So if you can give me an excuse for your behavior, I'll let you go. If you tell me something I've never heard before. And so the guy thinks for a few seconds and he says, my wife ran away with a cop about a week ago, and I thought you might be trying to bring her back. Oh, that's bad. That's bad. You know what? The other day, a man got hit in the head with a can of Coke, but it's okay because it was a soft drink. Oh, boy. All right. Now let's get on to our questions. Get down to the serious stuff. Got 10 questions worth 10 points, 2 bonus questions worth 3 points. Again, bonus questions are optional. But, if you get it wrong, you try to do the bonus question, you lose 3 points. But you have a possibility of getting 16 points. Here's our first question. In Jerusalem on the third missionary journey, when the Romans heard about the death threat against Paul, where did they take him? Was it Damascus, Caesarea, or Tyre? Acts 23, verse 23 tells us it was Caesarea. Question number 2. When the Roman soldiers got Paul out of Jerusalem, where did they stop before reaching Caesarea? Was it Jericho, Antipatris, or Bethel? Acts 23, verse 31 tells us it was Antipatris. Number 3. Who accompanied Paul from Antipatris to Caesarea? Was it the soldiers, the spearmen, or the horsemen? Acts 23, verses 31 through 32 tells us it was the horsemen. Who was the Roman governor in Caesarea who Paul was handed over to? Was it Felix, Festus, or Pilate? Acts 23 through verse 24 and also verse 33 tells us it was Felix. Number 5, where did Paul stay while he waited for his hearing? Was it with brethren, the temple, or was it in Herod's praetorium? Acts 23 verse 35 tells us it was Herod's praetorium. Here's a bonus question, again related to what I just asked. Who needed to arrive before the hearing could begin? Who needed to arrive before the hearing could begin? Acts 23, verse 35 tells us it was Paul's accusers. So they got to have them there so they can be able to have something to accuse him of. Okay, here's our next set of questions. Number 1, in Jerusalem on the third missionary journey, upon being taken into custody by the Roman commander, what did Paul request? Was it to be released, to see the captain, or to speak to the crowd? Acts 21, verse 39 tells us it was to speak to the crowd. Number 2, in what language did Paul address the crowd? Was it Greek, Aramaic, or Italian? Acts 21, verse 40 tells us it was Aramaic. Number 3, when the crowd responded to Paul in anger, what did the Roman commander order his soldiers to do with Paul? Take him away, release him, or scourge him? Acts 22, verse 24 says scourge him. Very painful thing to do to anyone. Number 4, what caused the Roman commander to reverse his order to have Paul scourged? Was it Paul's Roman citizenship, Paul was innocent, or Paul bribed him? Acts 22, verse 29 was Paul's Roman citizenship. Number 5, who did the Roman commander want to meet with to determine why Paul was being accused by the Jews? Was it the governor, the Sanhedrin, or his accusers? Acts 22, verse 30 tells us it was the Sanhedrin. All right, here's a bonus question related to that last question. Who was the Roman commander? Who was it? It was Claudius Lysias. Acts 23, verse 26. All right, I hope you did well and hope you have a wonderful day.